Hey fellas, Onish here, and welcome back to With a Y. About a year ago, I covered this kind of phenomenon of streaming called the Dr. Pepper Man, and his whole thing was that he would just find random people streaming in quite literally any part of the world. The place I saw him the most initially was Japan, and then he server hopped and got into New York City, and it seemed like he did it in no time at all. But he's been mostly in the back of my head. He hasn't been someone I think of on a regular basis unless there's just a new funny clip to watch. But that all changed when I finally saw him get in a confrontation with, I think, what some people would call him the ultimate enemy of, the Pepsi Man. And the reason this really caught me off guard was because this was the first obviously scripted appearance of the Dr. Pepper Man I ever saw. You know, pretty predictable stuff. He has a face-off with Pepsi Man, who is being used as a stand in this case. We replaced some JoJo music for copyright reasons, but he obviously wins. And I think the argument here is that people are like, well, if the Pepsi Man's a stand, there's no way he'd lose to the mortal man in front of us. But what you failed to consider is that the Dr. Pepper Man is the stand of the Dr. Pepper can. He's the stand of Dr. Pepper, the person. And as amusing as this TikTok was, it does mark a stark shift in how the Dr. Pepper Man is not only perceived, but also how he's been operating over the last year since I last talked about him. There are very few streamers who no longer know who the Dr. Pepper Man is, and if they don't know, either someone in their entourage who's streaming with them is going to tell them, dude, how do you not know who that is? Or their chat is going to yell at them, dude, that was the Dr. Pepper Man. How dare you just air him like that? He was going to give you a gift that was divinely meant for you, and you spat in its face. And there was always the question of, in early 2025, was he in on it with somebody on the streamer's team? And I think that was a fair question to ask, but as long as the streamer wasn't in on it, it made for funny bits. But for me, the question is coming up stronger than ever. Did Dr. Pepper Man sell out? Here he's doing collabs, he's able to get past security guards on people like Speed's team, either because those guys weren't paying attention, but I think it's more likely that they had been tipped off that a guy who looks like this is going to come onto the stream and hand a Dr. Pepper to the streamer, and that's a bit they're doing on the broadcast. And far be it for me to want to begrudge a guy who's managed to find some genuine success, coming up with a bit and then repeating it over and over again, and then wanting to capitalize on that by turning it into something actually monetizable. The only thing I could think of is if he has a stealth agreement with Dr. Pepper to be doing this, while technically being not a sponsor of the streams that he's showing up on. That said, I think it comes with new benefits. The Dr. Pepper Man is showing up in funnier looking places than ever, and it seems like he finds the time to still show up on people who really genuinely have no idea who he is as a person. On the first point, it's almost like the planning that he's participating in is allowing him to have his visage show up in more ridiculous spots. Do you see the people in the background? They just recognize the face shape of the dude and they're like, oh, I've seen a clip of that guy. The thing I've always respected about Dr. Pepper Man over a guy like Pepsi Man is, as cool as Pepsi Man is in context and also for having his own game, is that he was a corporate product. He was an intentional mascot meant to have product made around him. Whereas Dr. Pepper Man is just authentically some random fucking guy. Anyways, let's look at some more recent sightings of Dr. Pepper Guy, as he's sometimes called. I prefer Man because it just feels more official and ominous. And see how the response to him has changed over the years. And you see what I'm talking about? The official Dr. Pepper Man account? What the fuck is that? From what I can tell, this is the actual real guy, just posting videos of himself doing original content, which I don't begrudge him for. There is just a mystique lost to it. Guy sneaks onto stage just to hand a Dr. Pepper and leave.
The Oscar music playing in the background is getting aggressive. Oh, is this the guy? Is that him? Do you have any idea what this is?
Nope.
He hands out Dr. Peppers, random famous streamers, randomly across the world.
And these things are edited like TikToks are, where it has an opening clip and then it just randomly turns into a hype edit of the guy, which I won't lie, some of these are hard as shit.
Is that the Dr. Pepper guy? Oh my god.
What was that? All he did was give me a Dr. Pepper. He gave me a Dr. Pepper and left.
Someone asked me at the door, he was like, yo, is that guy in that yellow backpack with you? And I was like, I don't know. This is in Japan. Oh my god, they have a yellow backpack. Dude, that's him. He gave me a whole different fucking map.
Like, it's insane how far his reach has come, and you can't help but respect it. But on some level, if not the guy himself, the brand has at least gone corporate or been co-opted by corporate. Big TikTok poster to, like, make a maximum effect, which, to be fair, I'd probably do the same shit in his position. I'm not bigger than that. I personally just enjoyed Sketch's reaction to meeting him because I have a feeling Sketch knew who the Dr. Pepper guy was when he ran into him, but there's something different between seeing it online, knowing it could happen to you, and then the moment actually comes.
What up, dog? What is... Are you fucking with me right now? Thank you!
He seemed like he was about to cry for a second there, but he saved it with like a little phlegm laugh. That might have been one of the least complicated exchanges of a Dr. Pepper I've seen from that dude in some streamer. There's no, hey, who is this guy? Or security trying to stop him, or like, I don't really take drinks from strangers because there's stories of people having spiked those shits that they just hand them to. The infamous Undertale spiked cookie incident. Fucking, I guess, obligatory Undertale Deltarune mention, man. I'm trying to stick with those guys. I've been slacking recently, but I'm gonna get back on the ball, I promise. And in that way, the Dr. Pepper guy has almost like built a reputation for himself of being a guy you can safely accept a consumable from and pretty safely believe you're not going to be poisoned by whatever like chug jug Fortnite you're putting inside your body. Now, another thing that is kind of taken away from the mystique of the Dr. Pepper guy, but I don't think has entirely ruined the entertainment value of it for me, was last year he showed up at TwitchCon. I didn't go last year for personal reasons, just had a lot of shit going on, but there's a good chance I would have seen him there. Like, I probably wouldn't have been approached by him, but because of that, he was accessible to the public coming up to him in a way that he probably wasn't before, outside of like the random pedestrian in public noticing his face and recognizing it. Dr. Pepperman's first lore reveal interview, and during this whole interview, he actually maintains character in a really impressive way.
Do you stream? Do you know what love is?
It stands for level of violence, clearly, man.
I love you. Can I get a hug?
That's like the first time he's ever responded to a question from a guy in my memory, like ever. And it was with like a nod and like through body language, and then like acquiescing to the guy's request for a hug. It's incredibly inspiring that he's still keeping it up. Like, there's a good chance that he didn't say a single word the entire long weekend of TwitchCon. I can believe this guy was just doing the rounds, kept like a big thing of Dr. Pepper on him, or he went to a vending machine inside the convention center, just fucking took a bunch of those things out and like was just handing them to random streamers he saw broadcasting from around the event. The convention ends, he doesn't know exactly where to find people anymore unless he planned it with their teams, goes back to the hotel, no parties, no nights out drinking, because he's like, I can't ruin the fucking mystique, man. An interesting thing I saw was that his status has grown so much, even by like November of last year, that the roles were kind of reversed, where a streamer, I think it was like Extra Emily or some shit, I don't follow all this very close, just I see the clips on my TikTok on Twitter occasionally, but she felt like kind of left out that she didn't get handed Dr. Peppers, or she was so enamored by the guy, she's like, I have to follow him around and ask him stuff. Like, she's just following at his back for a damn near 30 seconds straight, probably longer in the original clip, just asking him questions, and he doesn't even look back behind him to see how close she is. He just keeps fucking walking. Look at this shit, man.
You know, how did you come up with Dr. Pepper in the first place? It is a really good drink, but I'm just wondering what you're thinking and your mind's behind.
Low bitrate detected. Please hold on. It could never be Jason the Ween. I'm just saying, it wouldn't happen to him.
And I really appreciate you getting a Dr. Pepper going to the door as well. You have a lot of manners.
Or maybe it would in the presence of the Dr. Pepper Man. I think there's a good argument that, like, his singular determination to maintain his aura, and when I say aura, I mean in the real traditional sense, like the literal mystique and reputation you keep around yourself, physically interrupted the broadcast from being able to go out clearly. It just, like, added to the mystery of him. Like, he doesn't look back once. He's got his AirPods in. He might be trying not to laugh at the fluttering eyes and the kind of half smirk as anything. But there's also a chance that he's not hearing a single thing she's saying to him because he's got noise canceling on and he's listening to With the Y videos.
My bike! No! My bike!
It's kind of funny that, like, the last shot she gets of him is him going out into the distance to continue with his day as she's left in the dust, man. Even with all the caveats I've listed about what he's become as he's continued his operation, it's hard to say there's anything like him, and it came from, like, a real authentic place from the start, at least. It feels like that to me, but I'm also a sucker for a good story. I don't care if it's been manufactured. Something, kayfabe, kayfabe. We fucking do it on this channel, don't we? You guys can respect that for another guy.
Oh, sorry, you can go ahead. You can go ahead of us. Bro, how did you know I want the diet?
How did he even get in the circle?
So that's like the part that freaks me out, is like, we probably don't see the amount of research that has to go into making these meetings possible, even if it's coordinated with somebody on a streamer's team and they just don't let the streamer themselves in on the bit. The other option is that he's like very closely following what countries a person is going to be traveling to and streaming in, and then like quite literally stream sniping them, a behavior I would generally discourage, and then just drops by to give them a Dr. Pepper and leave. But he also knew that Agent here would want a Diet Dr. Pepper. And then later in this clip, something crazier even happens, because here Cinna and Agent actually do know who the Dr. Pepper guy is. They're in that like circle of people who have definitely seen the clips of it happening to somebody they know.
How did he even get in this server? Okay, he's on Japanese servers.
Who is he?
And we had this person here who is like, I have no idea who this is. And like many people who get caught up in this situation where everybody around them knows what's going on and are really hyped about it, they feel kind of left out. He left something for her.
Dr. Pepper. And he gave you a diet. Yeah, he gave me a diet. How did he know I wanted the diet? Usually I don't drink things random people give me, but I can't say no to this one.
There's that trust he's built within the community that you won't get poisoned if you drink something that he hands you. Also, it probably helps that the can is unopened and seems like factory sealed still. Where was mine? He left one by the car for her, knowing that this was going to be a second bit, and she would want something too when she found out what the deal was, man. This shit is insane. There's no one like him, even still. At the end of the day, I hope that he's able to keep this bit going for at least like a few more months to another year, because I still enjoy it if I only have it pop up on my timeline occasionally. It is really quite something. That's all I got. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @withAY. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.